Today we're going to learn how to set up an office hour appointment calendar so that students can sign out times to work one-on-one with their teacher, either face-to-face or virtually. We're going to use Google Calendar and Google Meet to get this done, so let's jump right in. The first place you'll need to go is to Google Calendar. You can access this by going to google.com and clicking on the 3x3 grid at the top right. Then click the blue calendar icon. Please make sure that you are in fact signed in with your Candor Central School account if you're a Candor employee, or your school account, because you will not be able to access your calendar until you are signed in. Once you've landed at your school account calendar, please click the multicolored plus sign that you can see over here, which also says Create. The following step is extremely important and very easy to gloss over. Please make sure that you click the Appointment Slots option right here. By default, Calendar wants to create an event, but that's not what we want. We want slots that our students can sign out to request one-on-one help if and when they need to. So let's give these slots a name. Just like I would name a calendar event something like dentist appointment or meeting with John, I would name my office hours appointment slots. Now, since we're creating office hour slots for students, let's shoot for something simple that both you and your students will be able to recognize if it pops up in an email or in your calendar. So I'm simply going to do something like this: Spanish virtual office hours, because I teach Spanish and we're most likely going to be doing these virtually. If you teach multiple subjects, perhaps you might want to generalize this even more and change it to something like your name here. So maybe Mr. Taylor's virtual office hours would be much better suited. Now what we need to do is tell Calendar specifically when we would like to make the appointment slots available for students, how long each slot should last, and when office hours will start and when they will end. So I'm actually going to click on this date here, and I'm going to fast forward to the beginning of school because sweet summer is still in effect and I want every last drop. So I don't want my office hours to start until we're actually in full swing in classes. That first full week is September 14th in our building, so I'm going to click that. And then what I want to do, this is pretty late at night, I don't want to be doing office hours at 1 in the morning, so I want to change my time. I can set that range right here. So I'm going to change these to 9 and 10:30 a.m. here. Now it's very important, as you can intuit, to make sure that your AM and PM are set correctly so that you have a 1.5 hour slot and not a 12 or 13 hour slot. So once this looks good, we can move down to this next option here. What we will do here is pick if we want just one single slot that's 1.5 hours long, or if we want multiple slots that multiple students can sign up for. It's probably going to be the multiple slots, so let's keep this as slots with duration. And in my experience, I've worked with students 15 to 20 minutes usually on an issue, and then they're all set. So I'm actually going to just change this to 15 minutes. And before I click save, I want to dig a little bit deeper into the more options. So once all of this looks good, I actually want to click more options. So what's really nice about this system is that you don't have to go in and program each individual slot manually. What you can do, as long as you know that you have a steady schedule, is you can change this does not repeat field to something custom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back on that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That is none of the criteria that are listed here, so I need to make a custom one. And I'm going to say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are the days that I want. It's probably safe to assume that the school year will end by June 30th of next year. I'm going to plug that date in there, and then everything should be okay, so I can click done. However, I am not completely done. So once I have my Monday, Wednesday, Friday recurring slots set up, what I would very highly recommend you do is add a location, even if you are doing virtual office hours like I am here. So since mine are virtual, I need to tell students where this is going to take place. This will happen on Google Meet, and the link for the Google Meet will actually be sent to their email. So what I want to do is just put a little reminder here. And now that that looks good, what I want to do is actually move down to this description, and I might have my students write me a note about what they would like to work on. I found this is extremely helpful when working with students and faculty, because if they have a question, they can write it down, I can research it a little bit, and then we can hit the ground running once I show up for that appointment. So basically here what I want to do is simply add some directions, inform the student that once they click the save button they're going to get an email confirmation, and also advise them to just write me a quick note about what they want to cover in our office hours meeting. So now that I know that my times are good, my duration of each slot is good, and my recurring events are good, I can go ahead and click save. And what you will see is that this has been populated for Monday, September 14th, but it's also been populated for Wednesday, and then Friday again, etc. So what I now have is a system where my students can actually sign out times with me to meet one-on-one. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, you have officially built your system and it is up and running as we speak. However, nobody knows where it's located. So the next step is to actually get the link for your office hours sign out system and then put it in a place where students can access it easily, most likely their LMS such as Schoology or Google Classroom. So at this point, guidance on how to add your sign out system will vary based on the LMS that you're using with students. Please check my YouTube channel or see the links in the description for guidance on how to add your office hours calendar to your specific LMS environment. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions during this process, please feel free to reach out to me via email, text, or Twitter. For updates on new instructional tech videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Thanks again for watching, wishing you a safe and wonderful start to the school year. Take care.